All right. Listen, honey, 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 honey. We're here. We're here. Hello, everybody. This is another Kiki session for NovaThawts. And once again, I got my friend with me, ADONIS.
That's ADONIS.
I know, but I was just like adding the T.
Hello, everyone. Again.
Yes. So we are very pooched, spooched, and feeling lovely, might we add, honey. We are, yeah, we're feeling really good. So, I guess we was just talking and things.
Question: what
Ooh.
are little girls made of?
I don't know. What are they made of? I know you not it. You got this Raven Simone playing.
No.
Child, I thought that's what that was. But anywho. So today was the march for like gun reform and gun control. And, you know, we just was talking about it and we wanted to share our thoughts with you guys. So ADONIS. What are your thoughts on? I mean, of course, you know, nobody wants to hear about school shootings. Do you remember when you heard about your first like school shooting?
I do. It was 1999, the Columbine High School shooting.
Yes.
That happened, I believe it was April 12th or April 16th, one of those days. Because my sister, it was around Easter. I remember being spring break and Easter time and all that stuff going on around then when we heard about it. But it's a pity and it's a shame that even still from that first time we hearing about that, which was a situation that was so rare back then, it's something that's almost a common now. You
right.
know, it's upsetting, it's angering, you know, but at the same time, it's the people against the powers of the government in this situation. So
I mean, it's very clear where these people's priorities are. It's on money and it's on,
speaking of,
yeah, it's just on getting my pocket fat, getting the bag. And it's costing people their lives. People that ain't even doing shit, like motherfuckers, like, and we gonna really keep it all the way funky, honey, because to Miss Parkland, I heard that boy really just walked up in there and barely did anything and just paid for the gun, like no kind of real protocol going on.
Well, I believe from that first moment that happened, almost 20 years ago. Crap.
Well, Miss Columbine? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Columbine was 20 years ago. I was talking about Parkland.
Oh.
But
well,
no,
just relating to the situation, the point I was making is just funny how from then, I believe that was the embryo of what and where we are now, you know, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was a kid who did the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
A kid who felt comfortable. So now, from that, you know, these kids these days,
Columbine, it was two.
It was two, excuse me, but there were two kids.
Yeah,
still.
2 kids, but 2.
But at the same time, it's these kids doing the shit with these kids. So, in my opinion, it's really what's going on with these parents. What's going on in this environment of these children that's got them so demented and want to do these things to people, especially if supposedly the parents are proactive in these kids' lives.
Well, that was the concern then. Now the concern more is that too, but now it's getting to a point where, you know, like you remember a few years ago when they had all that footage of like people walking through Walmart with assault rifles on their back. Mm-hmm. We're at that, like everybody, I know, like, you know, I think our community, the black community, was more like, "Hey, girl, what the fuck?"
Right.
Like we were very like, you don't need, because you don't need all of that to walk through Walmart. You don't need all of that.
Walmart.
Yes,
it ain't
and Target, girl.
We not living in these times.
You gotta have an assault rifle to get some drawers and some socks and some.
But then again,
dish detergent, girl.
Even to speak, you know, not even to speak against the Caucasian race, because I have, you know, I have bloodline and all that.
We all do. Thank you, slavery.
Things, right. To speak against, not to speak against, but that is the mentality, because that's always been the mentality, and I don't even want to get in depth.
I know, but it's just, I'm just saying, like, they're allowed.
I want to give a shout out, if I may, to everyone on social media who showed their love, that did not get their lazy asses out and walk without the excuses of having jobs and obligations. I would love to say shout outs. You know, I am busy babysitting a dog for a lovely friend of mine while he's out on business. So there, I send my love, I send my prayers, and everybody that got out and marched and spoke their piece, spoke their minds, and used their voices for the community that made a difference. I want to say thank you and shouts out.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that has some common sense. And shout out to everybody who got some common sense, honey. Cause I don't understand who's doing the thinking. People's priorities are way fucked up. In this upper management we call the government. Excuse me, beer burp. But it's just, yeah, I don't know who's doing the thinking, but clearly they're not thinking about anything other than money and them. You know, a lot of them don't give a fuck because their kids go to private school. Their kids are in boarding school somewhere. But, you know, it could very well happen to them at there. So, I don't know. That's what it has to take. It takes something like that to happen to them for them to care. But, you know, it's some bullshit. And I'm glad people are speaking, and I'm glad that these white kids use their white privilege to create a whole movement and included black kids in it and talked about their shit too, because it's real in our community too. I mean, we ain't shooting up schools or nothing, but you know, the way that these guns and things keep popping up in our communities is not cute either. So everybody needs control and reform on these weapons, honey.
Right.
Ooh, that's Miss Amara La Negra. I like her. What was I about to say?
Today, actually, and you know, but in my opinion, I hate that it takes a situation like this for people to really get out and use their voices.
And really, I thought it would have happened when it happened in that elementary school with them little white babies. I was like, oh shit, they killing white babies.
Right, like this is crazy.
Them motherfuckers didn't care then, so I was like, okay, so it's really gonna have to. People just gonna have to start really rising up and saying some shit or doing some shit for them to get the point, right? Yeah. And so that's where we're at now. And
they were just praying for the guns, but luckily people getting out and walking. But
child, I didn't want to get into that.
Even still,
praying.
Even still, like,
over
all right, so we've marched, but who are we marching to and who are we sending the message to? Because remember, once again, yes, you're marching to them, but at the same time, the government aren't sending these kids to do this shit.
No.
So at the same time, well, okay, yeah,
but
do march to the government because of the accessibility to the guns. That makes sense.
Yeah, like the NRA is funding.
We need more gun control. What?
Yeah, the NRA is allowing these assault rifles to go to like market. Like, you don't need an assault rifle, girl. That's for the army. That's for the military. That's for the central. That's for CIA. That's for them girls. SWAT.
It would be nice to have around this motherfucker.
Everybody they need to just hand those in, get you a handgun, and if you live in the country, you can get a rifle for hunting, like a standard rifle.
You're really taking it back?
Yes, a standard stuff that bitch rifle. You don't need all of that, girl. Honey,
you don't need to be killing no human.
Right, because that's what that is. And then you got, like I said, back in the day, back like 3 or 4 years ago, when these white people was walking around in Walmart, we was been saying like, hey girl, that's not a good idea, girl. Y'all shouldn't be letting them walk around. And then that was around that time that they killed John Crawford for playing with a toy gun in Walmart.
Right.
We ain't gonna hark on it.
No.
But you get where we're going.
Exactly.
So, but we was trying to tell y'all, don't be letting these white people get these assault rifles and things, and look what happened. They are mowing your children down in summer hours too.
Yep.
So I don't know, honey, but something's got to change, and I'm glad that these young people and adults and everybody that got some common sense took it to the streets. I guess I just didn't even know that they were even doing a march. Like, I have kind of unplugged from news and things because it's just overwhelming, girl.
Right. Well,
it is. I mean, every time you turn around, something happens. It's like, you know what?
If I may interject, you know, like I said, we send our love. I want to send this, if I could, may suggest Corey to SZA, because she's got these, like every celebrity has this I'm quitting music shit she's talking about right now. She's talking about
you just got here, girl. SZA, don't do that, girl. You just got here. You have yet to stretch your artistic anything.
She actually put it out there that this was really something, wasn't her passion. This wasn't something that she wanted to do. Granted, the success is the success, but she's real stressed out and like a whole lot of other things.
Well, if you want to go, I mean, girl, go. That's where I'm at with it.
I really like her, but I understand it. You know, a lot of these artists in the game, you know, they do a lot of behind the scenes
when the contract is signed. I get it. I totally understand, honey. I mean, I'm not there yet, but when I get there, I'm definitely. That's what I know I'm gonna have to deal with.
My podcast is here, and I already see what it's really about. Because these labels really want. Well, it's what they signed you for. You're basically doing the work, and they benefit from the profits that they get for the exposure and everything else. And that is going back into, you know, being mainstream and independent. Like, you really, a lot of artists aim for the mainstream, but end up going independent for shit that happens in the mainstream.
I mean, we see the impressiveness that the whole series is.
Little Moms.
Yes, we just saw the Little Mama one. So, can we just get into that a little bit?
How about that? Let's do it.
First of all, I'm gonna just go ahead and give my whole take on Little Mama.
Wait.
Right. My whole take on Lil Baba is this: like, she didn't get on my nerves. I actually thought she was cute. She was appropriate for the little girls. Everybody liked her.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. You know, she had her moments because that baby doll thing with the pacifier that she wore that year. I was like, girl, you could have let that one go. Like, no. You know, some of her style choices are a little out there, but you know, it's whatever. She's young, she's cute, she's for the little girls. She get on my nerves. And that whole thing with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, I just felt like girls really overreacted. Like, yeah, she fucked up. Yeah, it was a mistake. But, girl, she came, like I was telling you, honey, she came towards the end. It wasn't like she came at the beginning of the set and was just there, honey. She came towards the end. Y'all wasn't doing nothing but walking back and forth across the stage any motherfucking way. It was not this elaborate staging and choreographed
even
moment.
Though some rappers were dancing back in the day, she actually had her own thing going.
She did.
Now, I'll give my opinion. At first, when I heard Lip Gloss, I was like, what the hell? Then I turned around like, okay, like I noticed me and my auntie started kikiing to it. Mm-hmm. We started making our own little ghetto skits to the shit. So yes, she has impacted. She has done work. And then her later singles, I was like, all right. She's for the younger crowd. I was 20 years old then at the time, so
I did notice they didn't really promote her well. Like, they really just kind of.
Well, you have to look at it. How can we promote you to the kid market and you are this hardcore rapper from New York? You do have the appeal to the kids, but your overall message was, street life. Basically, the struggles of New York.
The overall message.
Which would co-in her with the Little Kims, the Foxys, and everybody else. So that, yes, it was a complex in marketing in my opinion.
No, they could have did it because she was not cursing. All of them songs could have made kid radio if they really wanted to.
She was edgy.
She was a little edgy, but like, who is it? Like, like.
True.
So my whole thing was the record label Jive, girl, y'all dropped the ball on that one. But then again, and then apparently they was bankrupt and things.
Oh, yeah. And then that, too. So, yeah, that was also, a default. Like, some things happen by default. And her growing as a young lady out of her ignorance in some areas, also gave her a falter.
She
But I
obviously
do
read
like.
her contract because she don't seem to be
I like where she is now.
struggling.
No, she ain't struggling at all.
She
What
read
I
her
do
contract
see
while y'all tried to
is,
shade.
though, I will hope that she would have a bigger, another big record. You know, that's something from her that I anticipate. I'm happy for your acting, Mama. You're beautiful with these
But
new
you
projects.
know, ever since that moment, you know, she was blackballed. And
It
so,
don't matter about being blackballed. How many people have been blackballed and come back?
But they ain't trying to accept her right now. Still, people are still mad that she walked up in the last 2 seconds of that song and walked around the stage next to them because that's all they was doing.
I can get it, Summer, who she thinks she is, what the fuck she thinks she doing.
I knew what she was doing. Like, she got all hyped up over the New York thing.
She was young and she felt the nostalgia, and they could have saw it in a better light, like, you know, that they speak to young New York, you know. But of course, it was all taken. You know, I mean, it was the technicals and all that bullshit. So,
it was too many people overreacting.
But overall, I think she's a dope lyricist for her age. I do think she has influence in this generation. And
yes,
you know, the social media and a few other things ran her away from hip hop right now. But I believe she still would have a place if she comes with some hot spitting shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
All of the eyes have seen her. She has all eyes on her, so it's not like she wouldn't have a chance to get out there and do a dope record. But Lil Mama, cut these covers, and I'm gonna need you to do something more original, boo. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and get some original stuff.
Get this material. It's not like you can't afford production. No shade.
Yes.
But yo, I mean, we see it for you. Well, I can't speak for Corey, but I see
it for you.
Okay,
I
we
absolutely
see it for you.
you.
You know, so get on out here in hip hop like the grown woman you become. You know,
honestly, I think her, Azalea, Dej Loaf, and who else? Angel Hayes, but I don't think Azalea.
No. Don't you put Angel Hayes nowhere in there?
Nowhere in there,
ladies. No.
Well, what's Young M.A., Young Ma? Ooh.
Yeah, Young M.A. Yeah,
y'all can get together and do a tour.
She's got more of an influence than Angel Hayes. Oh no. Yeah, and plus Young M.A. can spit. Not to even veer off of Lil Mama. Lil Mama. But
no, all them can spit. They can do like a little tour or something, or a song or something. Y'all should get together and really let these girls know y'all trying to shade us.
Well, we can say that they need,
and
but
we
it's
not
all
here
in
for that.
scheduling. It's all in contacts. Not that it's not easy to reach out to these people and all of that, you know. But it's all in someone taking the initiative. Oh, I mean, maybe another thing about these. Well, not about the labels, but maybe with her music, you know, like her music was always peaking at number 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that that's a bad thing. That's actually very good. But formidably, what the hell would these labels do with her if she's going to always peak at number 10? Labels are impatient.
They're also lazy and don't promote their artists good and wonder why their artists don't sell right. So, I mean, you really can't.
Well, yeah. But that's also because of investing in bigger artists.
If you sign me, I'm an investment. Invest in me right if you want a return. End of discussion.
Which is why your black ass is independent.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't get, like, I watch all these unsungs and it's like, so the labels be fucking y'all over. I don't like that. Like, so, like, what's her name? Miss Love?
Labels are a business. Labels do have to make
If you want to make your money, you have to invest in me. Like, what's her name?
You gotta take the chance.
Right. Like, what's her name? Love of the Do Management. What's her? Mickey Howard. They wanted her to be Whitney. But like she said, well, girl, like, you giving me the Whitney budget, you giving me the Whitney wigs, you giving me the Whitney. No, okay, well then,
how the fuck?
Right? Like, how am I gonna be?
You're not gonna have me slaving,
right? No, girl. Like,
wait a minute, Mickey Howard had a documentary.
Yeah, she had. She was one of the first unsung.
Shut all in the fuck up.
Yes. Oh, child, we're gonna cap this off because you know, I try to keep the Kikis down to at least 20 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and cap this off and get into this Mickey Howard unsung or something. We're gonna find something.
Audience, thank y'all so much for
Yes.
listening.
Yes.
I Corey, thank you for having me again.
Child,
Although we are scooched in this cute condo.
Okay. We was gonna do this anyway. We was gonna Kiki anyway, so I might as well capture my Kikis every now and then, because sometimes they really just be in here.
This was very spontaneous.
Right,
come caught me all the way off guard. But thank you so much.
But anyway, child, we gonna go. Y'all remember to drink water, eat vegetables,
and put Allah first.
Right, and grease your knees, honey. Stop walking around here with ashy knees and ankles, honey. Grease those.
Grease your knees, because the girls are really out here moving.
I can't. They do be out here moving, honey. That's another thing. Remember, honey, the girls really be out here.
Can we do that one more time and I'll go under you? One more time.
Okay.
The girls really be out here moving.
Yes, they do, honey. Remember that, honey. So be on your toes.
Hey, and the guys too. Y'all don't sleep. Keep both those eyes open. All three of them.
All of them.
Shit.
And check your messages. Anyway, y'all be easy.
Wait, and they did a TV one.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.